Hi there, this is a lesson called translations. Now this is probably something that you've done in the past, but you may not have called them translations. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. You see a definition here for a word that is transformation. Now, what's a transformation? A transformation is a way of moving a figure or a shape around on the coordinate plane. Now, oh boy, does this ring any bells? You know what we're talking about? We are talking about when you have a coordinate plane like this, and you've got a shape like this, and there are different ways that you can move that shape around the coordinate plane. There are actually 3 different ways you could move it. You could translate it, which is what we're going to do today, a translation. You could reflect it, which we're going to do later in the week, or you could rotate it, which we're going to do some other time. So, we are talking about the 3 different ways to take a shape on the coordinate plane and reposition it. And today, it's going to be a translation. So, here's the actual definition for what a translation is. Translation is also called a slide because that's what you're going to do to the shape. You're actually going to move this shape right and left or up or down a certain number of units like it is sliding around the coordinate plane. It never turns, it never flips, and when it's all said and done, you will end up with what are called congruent figures. So back up to the top here where I kind of sketched out this little coordinate plane real quick, and I drew that little triangle up there in that quadrant. If I were going to translate it, which is a slide, it might go over 5 units and then down a couple units, and it might end up down here. But if you would see, it looks identical to the shape I started with. It did not rotate, it did not flip or turn. It is completely and totally matching the original shape. It's just in a new position, right? And these are congruent figures because they are the same shape and the same size. Now I want to talk about something before I go to the next slide. If this figure here on the left is my original figure, and it's going to have corners. These corners are called vertices. You should remember that. And they're always going to be labeled, like ABC or LMN, whatever, letters of the alphabet. The original figure is labeled with normal letters like A, B, and C. Then, when you move a figure on the coordinate plane and you redraw it to its new location, it's actually called an image, the new image. And I usually am going to show mine in a different color. I'm usually going to make my new ones red, and they are not called A, B, and C anymore. They are called A to the first power, also called A prime, B to the first power, B prime, C to the first power, C prime. That means this is my new image after it has been moved one time from its original location. So you're going to hear me talk about A prime, B prime, and C prime, and this is what I mean. A to the first power, B to the first power, C to the first power. And you're going to see it written that way too in your assignment. Okay? Now, how do we do this? To make a translation, here's what you're going to do. You're going to graph the original figure. Oh boy, that means plotting points on the coordinate plane. Boy, oh boy, this is like a whole bunch of mini lessons. Do you remember how to plot points on the coordinate plane? We're talking about ordered pairs like this, also called coordinates. The first number is your X or Y number, and that tells you whether you're moving right or left from the origin. The second number is your Y value, And that tells you whether you're moving up or down from the origin. So, the first number is right or left. You go right if it's positive. You go left if it's negative. The second number tells you up or down. You would go up if that second number was positive, down if that second number was negative. And this is always from the origin. So, once you graph the original figure, once you graph the points, you plot them, then you get to connect the dots on that original figure. Move each point on that original figure as directed, and the problem will tell you which way to move it. 2 units to the right, or 4 units to the left, or up 2 units, or down 6 units. So you'll do that. You'll move each point in the same direction, which will give you your new points. This is, again, your new image. I used that term on the last slide. And again, this would be like A prime, B prime, C prime. Those are your new points. You're going to connect those dots. It makes your new shape, and you should notice that your new shape is totally congruent, totally matching your original figure. It may be just in a new location, but it hasn't been flipped or turned or anything crazy. It hasn't been rotated at all. Let's try some. Graph this figure, which is H, I, J, and K, and its translated image. Well, it sounds hard, but it really, honest to God, it isn't that bad. So these are the points I'm going to graph on my graph paper. Hey, where'd they go? Come back, friends. Okay. I need to graph the point -4, 1. That means left 4, up 1. And that's going to be H. Left 4 from the origin, and up 1 puts me right there. That is H. Let's do I. Left 3, up 4. From the origin, left 3, up 4 puts me right here. There's I. Now, I told you I was going to do this in black, didn't I? And such a habit of grabbing that red marker. How about that? Okay, here's my original figure still. J, look at this guy, +1. Right 1, up 3. There's J. And K is -1, so it's left 1, up 1. Left 1, up 1 puts me there. That's K. Connect my dots. This is my original figure. Nothing has been translated yet. Now I have to move this guy. Now I'm going to slide him around. The directions say 4 units down, every point, 4 units down, 2 units right. Ready? Here we go. Look at I. Move it down 4. Just count with your hand or with your finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 units to the right. 1, 2. There's my new I prime. Let's do H. Down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right 2. 1, 2. Here's H prime. Let's do K. Down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right 2. 1, 2. K prime. J. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 2. 1, 2. J prime. Guess what happens when I draw my new image? It looks identical to the first one, except that it has been translated, or it slid down and over. That's it. That's all you have to do, at least for that. Look at this guy. Same thing. Let's draw the original figure, then move it right and down. Okay, let's plot A. -4, 1. There's A. B. -4, 3. This is B. C. -2, 3. And D. -1, 1. Original figure is a trapezoid. Now we're going to slide it, translate it. 5 right, down 3. Everybody goes 5 right. So here goes A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 3. 1, 2, 3. It's going to end up down here. A prime. B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 3. 1, 2, 3. There's B prime. C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 3. 1, 2, 3. C prime. And D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over or down 3. Bang. D prime. Connect, 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 connect. Perfectly congruent, just over and down. Now, this one is pretty much the same as the others. It just now asks you to list the new ordered pairs. So you're going to draw the first one. Then we're going to move it. And then we're going to label the ordered pairs of our new image. Here we go. Here's my original one. -1, -2. That's there. That's L. +6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -3. 1, 2, 3. Holy cow, this thing's huge. M. No, sorry, I lost my train of thought. +2, -5. Ooh, I gotta scroll down. +2, -5. +2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is N. Looks like this. Original figure. Now, I'm going to scroll back up so you can see. How are we supposed to move this guy? Up 2, 1 to the right. Everybody goes up 2, right 1. Ready? Let's start with L. Up 2, right 1. L prime. M, up 2, right 1. M prime. N, up 2, right 1. N prime. I could draw my new shape. And, hey, it overlaps. That's okay that it overlaps. That's all right. Now, the last part said, list the new ordered pairs. Okay, so now we have to label each one. L prime is located at 0, 0. That's the origin. M prime is +7, -1. And N prime, +3, -3. Those are your new ordered pairs. What's next? One more slide. We're getting there, guys. On this slide, it says write a rule to describe the transformation. So take a look. The original shape is in black, A, B, C, D, and it has already been transformed for you. It's been translated over and down to the red shape, right? A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. If you had to tell me how did we get from here to here, what would you say? From A to A prime, what was the rule? How did we move? Well, we moved 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 down. That is the rule. Every point did the same movement. I bet if you check B, it went right 4, down 4. Let's check B. Here's B. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See? Everybody did the same movement. 4 to the right, down 4, new point. So when it says write the rule or describe the rule, they just want to know how did we get from the original location down to our new image or our new location? And we usually talk about moving right and left first and then up or down, but it doesn't really have to be that way. I'm not going to be super picky about that. Okay? Here's your assignment. The translation of shapes worksheet will be done in class over the course of 2 days. So, nothing in your textbook, because this lesson isn't in your textbook. All right? I will see you in class, guys. Bye-bye.